Michigan now suffers from having the highest energy rates in the Midwest, and certainly above the national average. So I spend a lot of time talking to business leaders. One of the things they've identified to me is that energy costs are a key component of their ability to be competitive in their arenas. Competition will hold down energy prices because we've seen it happen in the past. We know from experience that in 2000, when Governor Engler signed the legislation that we had pushed through the House and the Senate, that we saw a very drastic drop in energy prices in the years immediately preceding the signing of that bill. And so, you know, for people who say it's not going to have an impact, that's just not true. We've seen it happen before, and we're confident that it will happen again. The stunning thing is that the Michigan Chamber of Commerce and the Michigan Manufacturers Association have publicly come out and said, we support the current energy policy in Michigan. That current electric policy in Michigan means that only 10% of the companies that do business here have the ability to choose who they want to buy their electricity from. The state has, since the passage of 2008, gotten into the business of picking winners and losers when it comes to where and from whom you buy your electric energy. The unfortunate thing is we have companies that compete against each other head-to-head on a day-to-day basis. One company may have been lucky enough to take advantage of choice, and the other company may have just tried too late to get into the choice cap. And so now they try to compete against each other when one company may have a $50,000 to $100,000 advantage in terms of net cost. Governor Snyder talks a lot about doing some economic gardening. What he means by that is taking care of the companies that have chosen to do business in Michigan. Well, one of the ways you do that is to make sure that you're allowing the companies that are doing business here, that are employing Michigan citizens, that you allow them to be competitive in what they're doing. When a Michigan-based company is forced to pay higher energy rates than some of their competitors in other states, you put them at a competitive disadvantage. If we're going to get serious about economic gardening, we have to address this issue of electric choice. You've seen record increases in electric rates by the two utilities. In fact, in those 2 years, they were able to raise rates higher than they were in the preceding 8 years under the old energy policy. So the utilities recognize that you know, it's an open market for them. The market is closed for business wanting to take advantage of choice, but for them it's open market. Those that are trapped in the 90%, they're going to gouge with rate increases any chance and every chance they get. We know that competition in electric energy works. We've seen it happen here in Michigan. We've seen it happen in other states across the country. There were several of us at the time we were debating this in 2008 who believed that we were headed in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, the power and influence of the utilities, along with a willing governor who so much wanted the alternative energy portfolio standard as part of Michigan's energy policy, created dynamics that we weren't able to overcome. At the time of the passage of PA 286, the utility said there's no way we will ever in the foreseeable future hit the 10% cap. And yet, 12 months later, in both service territories, we were at the 10% cap. You have an opportunity as a legislator today to right that wrong that was done in 2008. Create a climate in Michigan that is open to competition, that allows the companies that do business here in the great state of Michigan and employ some of our citizens, allow them access to the choice market so that they have the ability to compete not only across the country, but across the world.